again. It's a rich thing.
What's up everybody, I'm Alex and in this video we're going to talk about the iPhone 12 Pro Max and the things that I love about it as an Android user. iPhone 12 Pro Max is maybe one of the best phones that you can use right now, no matter if you are in the Apple ecosystem or if you are an Android user. And I can say it like this because I'm an Android user and I have been reviewing all kinds of phones for the past 4 or 5 years. The top spec that I love about the iPhone 12 Pro Max is the triple camera system. Here you have triple 12 megapixel camera systems that you can actually rely on when it comes to camera quality consistency. Some of the people are going to say, oh yeah, but it's 12 megapixels, why it's not 108, why it's not 64 megapixel and something like this. The thing here is that it's not all that important about the megapixels. There are many other things that are more important than the megapixels, and the fact that here you have 12 megapixels is actually beneficial than having 64. And why is it so? It's so because you have huge pixels. You have less but bigger pixels that can capture more light, that can capture more detail and more information. The size of the pixels here is 1.7 micrometers, and I have to say that this is one of the most reliable camera systems in various conditions when you want consistency of the image. With this size of the pixels, I have to say that the iPhone 12 Pro Max manages to capture enough information in the highlights, in the midtones and in the shadows also, so the dynamic range of the whole image is incredible. And if you go into RAW mode, you can play with the photos so much that you will be absolutely happy with it. The main sensor has also a very nice video capabilities, and here it relies on sensor shift technology for stabilization, not on optical image stabilization. And the sensor shift technology means that the whole sensor is moving inside the phone, so the stabilization here is way better and it's way more natural looking than the OIS. The ultra-wide sensor is one of the best that you can find right now on the market. It has 120 degrees of viewing angles and the consistency of the image is the same as with the main sensor. And if you haven't been using iPhones in your life, you're going to be amazed, because when you're taking a photo with the ultra-wide sensor and after this you take with the main sensor, the whole image quality will be the same, the whole color scheme will be the same, the temperature will be the same. And this is because Apple managed to fine-tune their cameras to be as close as possible one to another. The third sensor is 2.5 telephoto sensor, and I have to say that this is not the craziest thing that I have been seeing, and for me it is a little bit pointless to use it. But if you want to shoot something with a focal length of up to 60 millimeters, you can do it with the telephoto sensor and you will be pleased with the results. The iPhone 12 Pro Max has maybe one of the best portrait modes ever in any phone that I have been testing, and the portrait mode here is incredible. I love how natural it is looking, I love how it doesn't cut the hair, it doesn't cut ears, and this is mainly because of the LiDAR sensor that it is using, the 3D top one, and it manages to do absolutely great. The second thing that I love about this phone is the 6.7-inch Super Retina XDR display, which is basically an AMOLED display, but it is very nicely fine-tuned and it has amazing colors. It also has amazing brightness with the peak of 1200 nits. The screen is very beautiful, the colors are very vivid, the contrast is very good, and I think that the contrast was something like 10 millions to 1, so you have a very nice screen with very deep blacks, which is typical for OLED screens. While talking about the screens, I love to talk about the speakers, because when you are watching something or when you're playing something, you actually have to experience the audio too. Here the audio experience is very nice and the speakers are very loud. Not that it's most important to be loud, but here you have very nice detail in the mids, in the highs, and you have a little bit of bass, which is very well appreciated. And as we are talking about appreciation, I'll appreciate very much if you subscribe to the channel or give it a like. The next thing that I really adore about the iPhone 12 Pro Max is the battery. The battery is not that big in milliamp hours, but it is very durable because of the low consumption of the components that are used in the phone and because of the nice software optimization. That is the next thing that I'm going to talk about. The battery here lasts up to 2 days in my usage, and 2 days with Android phone is a mirage. I cannot get to 2 days, I cannot get near something like 4.5 hours of screen on time with my OnePlus phone, and to be able to use a phone for 2 days and not have to charge it or to leave it on a wireless charger and forget it there if I'm in the office and I'm in Zoom calls, it is great. I have been using this phone daily for making calls, for using the camera, and I have to say that the battery is one of the best things, and the worst thing is that you don't have a charger in the package and that the cable that is provided is with USB Type-C, and if you don't have a USB Type-C charger, or if you don't have a USB Type-C connector on your computer, you won't be that happy. And if you want a free advice from me about chargers and things like this, you can go and buy a Belkin charger that is certified to be used with Apple phones, and you thank me later. The next thing that is maybe the greatest sales point of iPhones is the ecosystem, the software, and the software optimization to the hardware. Here you have an A14 Bionic chip by Apple. That is their newest thing that is standing in the iPhones. You have something like 6 GB of RAM if I'm not wrong, but all we know that the RAM is not something crucial in the iPhones. You can choose between 128 gigs, 256 or 512 gigs of storage in this phone, and this particular unit has 128 gigabytes. I have to say that when you're having an iPhone and you're having a MacBook and you're going towards productivity, this is the best combination that you can have. And why is it so? Because of the deep integration of this ecosystem, because of that you can now sync all your calls from the iPhone to the MacBook, you can sync your calendars, messages, everything that you can use on the iPhone, which is Apple natively, you can use it on the MacBook also. And one of my favorite things, because I'm always editing videos and things like this, I'm also posting on social media, is the AirDrop functionality, that you can almost instantly transfer big files from your iPhone to your MacBook and vice versa. The whole multitasking thing with the iPhone is incredible. You can open so many apps and it manages them very well. You won't be noticing any lag, stutter, overheating and things like this. This is just made to work. When you start it, it is ready to work, and I doubt that it is going to let you down. And now I'm going to talk about a few things that I don't like about the iPhone. First of all, I have mentioned that it doesn't come with a charger. This is the new Apple thing about the iPhones, and for me it is not okay. The other thing is that there is no such thing as an incredibly fast charge, as you can see with the OnePlus 9 Pro, for example, where you have 65 watts, with the ROG Phone 5, with the Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra, which also has 65 watts wireless charging, which is insane. Here you don't have such thing. Here you have to wait it to be charged, but of course the battery is good. There are some software things that I'm also not a fan of, and first of all, I'm not a fan of the fact that I cannot see my battery percentage if I'm not going to swipe down to open the menu to see the battery percentage. And maybe it is fixable with an app that you can download, but I'm not a fan of this thing. I want it to work natively. The other thing that I'm not a fan of is the keyboard, which for me and my usage is not that comfortable, and I cannot insert a numbers row there. And if you are going to download any other keyboard, maybe it will be happening, but for me it is not the best keyboard that I can use. But of course I'm an Android user, so don't go that harsh on me. Almost everything else about the iPhone is very nice. I like even their idea with the MagSafe accessories that you can buy now, with all the wallety pocket things that you can stick to the iPhone, with the chargers that you can get. And in my opinion, they're going to expand this accessory line, and we are going to see them in the next iPhone generation also. And I am very hyped about the next generation. I actually think that I'm going to switch platform when the iPhone 13 or whatever it's called comes out to the market. So guys, thank you for watching this video. If you like it, if you find it useful, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. I hope that the apple has fallen on your head and you have been enlightened about the iPhones, and I'll see you in the next review. Bye.